This is Canada's illest DJ, you know what I'm saying? He's holding us down on the mixtapes. He's doing the club thing, man. It's been a while.
Yo, what up? It's RealTalkHipHop.ca. I'm your host, Joe. I got a very, 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 very special guest with me. Like, dude, it's an honor, honestly. Like, I've been wanting to do this interview for a while. You're honestly my favorite DJ right now.
I appreciate it, man. That's all love. You know, I've been working from the ground up for like at least 6-7 years now, you know what I mean? But that's love, man.
Before you started, you know, all of this, you used to pick up bottles to DJ. I thought that was one of the realest things I've ever like heard on or seen on Facebook. Do you ever stop to yourself and say, wow, it went from that to being one of the hottest, I'm gonna say, DJs in Canada, even in North America?
When you have time to think about it, yeah, for sure. But I'm always trying to raise the bar, so when I think back, I'm like, okay, where am I now and where I want to be? I don't want to get too comfortable, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely I do.
Do you find, because I know a lot of people when they bring up Charlie Brown, they tend to compare you to DJ Khaled. You know, I could see some sort of talent. I'm not gonna say DJ wise, but just maybe the business aspect and savvy in what you guys are trying to do. Maybe I want to say the word unity, because when I look at you, it's not divide and conquer. It's more like, okay, bring a bunch of great artists together, like your mixtapes, which is you could get that, and we'll get into that later in the interview. But you kind of unite all these artists and bring them into one hot track. For instance, Grey Goose Diet.
Yeah.
Charlie B.
Let me talk to him. I wake up in the morning.
Awesome record. How did that come about?
Well, basically, I was in the studio with Harvey Stripes, and Tory Lanez had a session right after, and we kind of sat down and we just started brainstorming some ideas. I was like, maybe we could collaborate on something, but we weren't thinking right then and there, you know what I mean? And yeah, we just put it together that same night. So it's pretty crazy.
Do you find yourself just sticking to DJing? Because I shout outs to Future the Prince. When I interviewed him, it wasn't just DJing. It was like, okay, I've accomplished, when you do accomplish everything you want in that aspect, do you find yourself going to the next level? Because I notice, you know, just seeing how you are and being around you, it's more, you have a business savvy. It's all about, you know, business, your team, and what you do. Do you find yourself going into more entrepreneurship in the future?
But I've been throwing parties and DJing ever since I started. I didn't just start as a DJ. I was a promoter and a DJ. But definitely breaking into different things is always good, because just putting all your eggs in one basket is never really the right thing to do. You got to try to explore everything. So I want to do the business part of it. Later on in the future, I want to maybe start a label, put artists on. Like I'm collaborating all the Canadian artists now, and that's the whole thing. Like, I'm trying to help. There's a lot of rappers that don't know or don't have any direction. So me as a DJ and a promoter, and I have some business sense and I know a couple of things, I want to kind of guide them in the right direction. You know what I mean?
And I see that because I think I notice a lot of artists in Canada maybe that I know they look up to, and they see you because you're on a level where it's just not Canada. So do you think more artists tend to look at you maybe for guidance, like you said, to maybe prosper their career?
Definitely. I mean, artists call me all the time. I get emails, BBMs, text messages, Twitters, on how they can connect with me. A lot of the time, I used to handle my own business, but now I don't. I have like a management team that takes care of that, because I can't do that anymore. So they email my manager, and then he gets back to me and lets me know. And usually I'm down to help. But with me, what motivates me is an artist that will keep going. Like, he sends me one record, I say, all right, I like this, give me another one. Another day, I have another one. It's gonna motivate me, and I'll be like, yo, this guy's serious. A lot of the times, a lot of rappers will come to you and say they're serious. Every time you see them, they say they have something for you, but they don't have anything. So I tend to like stray to people that are always consistent with their product, you know what I mean? And I don't mind helping anybody. I've always been a person that, I just come with open arms, you know what I mean? But they definitely have to have some sort of talent, and I have to have the ear for it. Since I'm a DJ, I know what sounds good and what doesn't. And if I find there's potential in somebody, like I can hear it. So.
Are you satisfied with the latest mixtape, Brown Billz? Are you satisfied with what you created? And do you do you have any future plans for like video-wise? I know you dropped the Grey Goose Diet video. Do you have any other intentions of bringing out a video for maybe another single or another couple tracks in the future?
I have a couple things. I just don't know exactly when I want to drop it. I'm dropping Brown Billz Volume 2 actually tomorrow. But you have a pre-release already. But tomorrow I'm dropping that, and that's going to be everywhere, virally. I mean, social media, different stores. I'm going to blow it up. I'm actually proud of this one the most out of every single mixtape I've done. This kind of shows the evolving of hip-hop in Canada. I mean, from Brown Billz Volume 1 to Volume 2, if you listen to both of them, you'll see what I'm talking about. The sound is really where it needs to be right now, and I'm very proud of it.
And I know you have. I want to give you this one question. If you could explain legacy in one word, or even Charlie Brown, if any word in the dictionary, what would you describe your movement as?
Man, that's a good question. There's a lot of words, but I'd have to say I'm a hustler, man. You know, I do whatever it takes to get the job done. You know what I mean? If I want something, I'm gonna get it. And I don't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? I'm very persistent. I'm constantly trying to learn new things. I'm very observant. A lot of the times, like especially you know me, I'm not really an open person. I'm very observant at the beginning, and once when I get comfortable, I open up. But I like grinding, and I like being persistent, like I said, and just being consistent. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what? I'd say I'm a hustler, but I'd also have to say consistent. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Because I don't stop. So.
No, honestly, and that's what I tell a lot of people, because I have people tell, they see me with Charlie Brown. And I said one thing I could, and I know, and I see in Charlie Brown is he's observant. That's the one aspect I noticed when I came in contact with you. It's an honor for me to be standing here, and to me, I think you are a pioneer in Canadian hip hop. I think you do not get like the proper respect. Well, I don't think they really know what you're doing. It's like you're bringing something new to Canada, and and you could tell, you could show the artists mess with you. What you're putting out is just gonna transcend Canadian hip hop, and it's gonna make it better. Where do you see Canadian hip hop in the future, and where do you see Charlie Brown in the future?
Well, right now with Canadian hip hop, it's evolving every day. There's A&R execs in Toronto, around Canada, every day right now. So I'm not really concerned about that, because I know it's gonna happen. It's already happening. The boy Drake, he kicked open the door, and everyone just needs to run through it with him. They don't want it to close, you know what I mean? But A&Rs are always here. There's always room for improvement also. But there's a lot of guys that are gonna get through the gate this year, and I'm very proud of that. But even with me, I see myself soaring to new heights, man. There's always new things. You never know it all, you know what I mean? And definitely another single. I'm trying to put out an album. I don't know how soon that's gonna be, but with these mixtapes and these collaborations and stuff like that, when it gets to a certain buzz and it gets to a certain level, I'm gonna try to get a distribution deal and get it popping.
And for the listeners and for the people who don't know who Charlie Brown is and are interested in, finding what that question mark's about, where could they contact you? Where could they talk to you? Where could they find the mixtapes? Where could they find Charlie Brown?
The mixtape's brownbillz.com. That's with a Z. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Charlie B, and I respond to everybody. And that'd be the best way to get in contact with me. I'm not really good with the phone thing, especially with my BlackBerry. It's the newest one, but it's always freezing. But you can, Twitter, like I said, brownbillz.com, Charlie Brown on Facebook. I have too many friend requests, so they'd have to send me a message so I could add them. Like I said, I come with open arms. Anyone ever has a question or anything to say, I'm always here to answer you. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, I might not be ready for it, because there's a lot of things going on, but I definitely will answer your question. Even if I say, hey, give me your number, I'll call you, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't have 2,000 friends, so if you want to add me on Facebook, I have 800. It won't take long, but you can catch this interview on realtalkhiphop.ca. It was an honor. Charlie Brown, Real Talk Hip Hop supports you. We respect the hustle. You just killed it at Windsor Sports Weekend. Is there any last things you want to say to the people?
Hey, I want to show you out, Joe. You know what I mean? You're a young entrepreneur yourself. You're only 22 and you're just grinding, working hard. You know what I mean? In 2-3 years, I see you doing something way bigger than this. You know what I mean? And it's like this is just the build-up, and I see it. This is just the start. You know what I mean? And I see your grind. I see your consistency, and it's people like you. You know, we motivate each other. You know what I mean? I see you doing this. It motivates me to want to do something else. So as long as everyone keeps working hard, everyone's gonna make it to where they want to go. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. That was an honor. We out.
Charlie B. Grinding all alone.